Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Fox Hunter and thank you for joining me for another adventure on the Hunter Call of the Wild. I am so excited because I just heard the announcement that the new Great One has been found. And it's not a moose. I had my money on moose because we already have two Great One in the game. One the red deer and one the whitetail deer, which I had been grinding for a ridiculous amount of time on Layton Lake. But now we have a black bear Great One. And I gotta say, I've seen some of the new models. They look absolutely stunning. My favorite probably is the chestnut. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I would recommend visiting a few other channels of top players of the game. Some have already done a brief look at these new animals, and I just think it's amazingly cool. I did play for a little bit earlier and thought I might just check out places like Silver Ridge Peaks, and I did go back to Layton to try and see if maybe, just maybe, I was one of those really lucky ones who had a Great One spawn in very, very quickly. No such luck though. I know that there are some people who can shoot like 10 animals and spawn in a Great One, and there are plenty of others who have to grind literally thousands, and I think I'm going to be in the latter category, especially if my whitetail grind is any indication of what my experience will be. Something that has screamed. It's a hazel grouse. He's probably going to flush out. I did change my loadout because, again, I've been focusing more on big game animals and don't have my shotgun or my Classica with me, so I will not be attempting any bird hunts in this video. We're actually going to run through and open up yet another tower as well as another outpost, and if we happen to see something pretty cool along the way, we'll go ahead and harvest that. I do have a better bear gun, which I am very excited about. I have the, let's see here, open up. I have the Canning Magnum with me this time, and I have tried it out. Like I said, I went to Silver Ridge Peaks and to Layton Lake to try and see if I could come up with one of those beautiful new Great Ones, but unfortunately no such luck. However, since there are plenty of brown bear on this map and I just seem to be finding spirit bears left and right, I figured it would make it easier to hunt them with that specific rifle. So let's continue our run to the next tower. We've got another hazel grouse. I'm sure I'm going to regret not having a bird gun with me for this run through though, because they're just everywhere. Oh my gosh, another big moose. Do I want to do this again? Man, moose are now like pigeons. They're everywhere. Let's see if I can do this. Why not? I already got my diamond. Wow. Okay, more recoil than anticipated. Is he just standing there? Did I bug him out? I may have. Or maybe I just didn't hit him at all. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's gonna be some getting used to. Definitely took off. But I've already had some success using this gun in the game. On Silver Ridge Peaks, I took out quite a few black bear in my hunt for the Great One. And I'm still not used to that level of recoil. My Eckers has recoil, but not as much. So let's go see what I did to this moose. If it's a diamond potential, I am sorry, but man, I've had my fill of mooses this week. I am done. And yes, I do realize that mooses is not technically the plural of moose, but you'll hear me call them a lot of different things. I call them munst, munst, mooses, and sometimes just, hey Bob, go away. I guess a quicker way we could do this is to do this. There's no hunting pressure, so obviously I did not do anything to that moose, or if I did, it's a really bad shot and he's just dropping very slowly. I have a feeling, however, that I have just scared him off. And look, it's our favorite animal, the moose. Nothing interesting to see here, folks. Let's retry that too. Nothing interesting here to see, folks. We did find some whitetail though. I did see a really pretty whitetail, solid gold scoring earlier, but I'm trying to make this video a little bit more streamlined. Let's see. Nope, still no hunting pressure. I must have missed him entirely or hit a tree. And you know what? That's fine. I do know he's here, however, and if I want to come back and try for another diamond potential moose, I know where to go. So let's just refocus, get to that tower, and otherwise see what we can find. So right on cue. Ooh. Could that be a cinnamon? And that be a traditional... Wait, I'm out. That had better be just a plain old brown bear. Some random color. But it looks like a spirit bear. I think I'm just going to get a thumbnail and I'm just going to stack spirit bears on them and just say I'm drowning in them because this is what it feels like. I did like the two females though. One of them looked like it could have been a cinnamon, you know, before I pursue them because I do want to pursue that male, but looks like there is a resting zone down there, so they may come back. I'm going to go ahead and claim this tower and wait and see if they'll come back so I don't have to do a long track pursuit. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure the male we just sighted is yet another spirit bear. And like I said, I'm just drowning in them now. I've got two in the lodge. I shot one the other day and did not taxidermize it. But yeah, I guess they're a dime a dozen now, which I don't know how I feel about that if that's the case. You know, spirit bears are incredibly rare in the wild. And as I understand it, one of the new Black Bear Great One models is a spirit bear variant. So is it just me? Or is this a thing across all games? If you have seen them ad nauseum and you too are drowning in spirit bears, leave a comment below and tell me where you're finding them and how you feel about that. And okay, Baby Yoda bird. Their cry is just reminds me of Yoda species. I don't know why. But anyway, let's get this tower. Gotta say, that's still a magnificent view, and I'm pretty sure that glittering off in the distance is a outpost, so that'll probably be our next venture. Yep. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this upper quadrant on the map, that there is a lot of animals up here to hunt. So I'm excited to finally have made it up this far north. And then we'll, of course, cut across this way to open up the remaining towers up here. I do have to drop back down and grab a few down here, but that shouldn't be too hard. So let's go ahead and mark our place on the map. I'll be on the lookout for those spirit bears, or those bears in general. Ooh, that's a good looking bird. This makes me regret my weapons choice. But I'll be back in a little bit if I find anything cool and interesting. Okay, so we made it down from the tower, and of course I was scanning for those bears as I was coming down. And on my way, I happened to see this ridiculous setup. The Council of Animals has convened. That indeed looks like a male spirit bear. She looks like a cinnamon though, and I am kind of torn about which one I want to go for. Now, the male is obviously considerably bigger at a level 5 medium. I'm very certain, I am incredibly certain that this is not diamond potential at all, but a solid gold, absolutely. And then she's not too bad either. I mean, she's just under his score. So, I mean, for me, it's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen of another, because I have had so many counters with spirit bears. Unless there's another grayish fur type that I am not familiar with. We do have some deer in the background, and I am fairly certain this would never happen in the wild. But, you know, the Council of Animals has been trying to reach you about your extended warranty. So, I suppose it's literally just down to these two. Which one do I choose? It would be cool if this were a live stream and I could just ask the crowd, what do you want, left or right? But it is not yet. I haven't started that adventure on YouTube yet. I'm just scanning to see if there's anything else. But one of these days, maybe as the channel picks up, I'd love to try it and see what we could come up with as a community for a hunting experience. Well, I got an idea. So I'm going to go for the female, and only because I really like her fur type. It's orangey, and that's not something that I think I've hunted yet. So I really do think she's either a red or a cinnamon, or a blonde or a cinnamon, rather. I mean, she's way too dark for blonde. That was a misspeak on my part, but yeah, she might be a cinnamon. And then if he's a spirit bear, go down there and read his tracks and just make sure I'm not missing some other uncommon fur type, or that he really is just a darker brown bear. So let's get out our Magnum. Let's reload just to be on the safe side. I mean, it doesn't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon. I think at this distance, I'm pretty good for a lung shot, even though I realize, yeah, he's a spirit bear. No doubt about it. Kind of chunky. But, well, I guess I could try calling him in, too. But, let's give this a shot. Got her. Takes off, and she's dropping, so, yeah, there he goes. Oh, he's slowing down. I'm close. Oh, yeah, that was a good clean shot. So we ended up getting them both. That's awesome. No long tracking, no nothing like that. So I'm going to go down and get him first because, like I said, for me, for some reason, spirit bears have been a dime a dozen. And while that's cool and all, and color morphology... Try saying color morphology 5 times fast, but color morphology in animals is absolutely fascinating to me. Lots of different animals have things like melanism, albinism. There's even a red type, which the proper term for it, I have a hard time pronouncing. That's where you have more red pigmentation in your skin and in your hair and in animals and fur. But it's just fascinating to me. So yeah, obviously spirit bear. Look at that face. That's a great shot. I'm going to screenshot that. Let's take my hands away. Wish I could get rid of that. So let's just... That's actually a pretty nice shot. He does look stoned. But... yeah, he's beautiful. I love this fur variation. It's becoming less and less special to me as I'm going through this map. But let's go ahead and pick him up. He's a silver. We got all the scoring, so not as big as I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a gold, but he sits at 23, so he's just shy by about 70 or 0.70 points. So, but that's okay because, whoa, wait. I'm wrong. I didn't look up here at fur type. I assumed that he was a spirit bear. He's just gray. I guess as I'm looking at him that yes, he is a little darker than say the spirit bear, but I was not expecting that. So that is a different color variation. Now, whether it's uncommon or not, I don't know. I'm glad I caught that because I am actually going to save him and put him in my lodge. That's awesome. In fact, I love that color of gray. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm glad I looked. I am glad I looked. That just leaves the female, which I'm going to put away my camera, stand up, and run down to. She's kind of matching the environment right now with the fall colors in the trees. Let's get down here and check her out. I want to say that she's a cinnamon. I mean, yeah. She's definitely the lightest color I've seen so far. So she will also be getting saved and probably dropped in a trophy lodge. Yeah, the faces on the males and females are different. I think the female face is a little bit narrower, a little bit rounder, whereas the male sits kind of wider and a little bit lower, I think. It's interesting. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the fact that did her eyes just move? Oh, they changed. Oh, that's Five Nights at Freddy's fodder right there. Oh boy, tell me that's not creepy. Oh, you want to see something creepy? You can go inside the bears now. Like, you can straight up become the bear. You can be swallowed and become one with the bear, and you see its mouth and you see the eye sockets, and you could go out the traditional way, or you can go back in the non-traditional way and come back out the mouth. So yeah, you want creepy? That's the way to do it. Anyway, let's stop messing around. I'll get a nice shot of her. Oh, I don't want that need zone in the background, so maybe that's kind of cute. That might be my thumbnail right there. That might be my thumbnail. Anyway, without further ado, let's stop this nonsense and claim her. She is a cinnamon. Oh, that's awesome. I knew she was one of the lighter colors. That's great. So this is definitely, gosh, look at that sass. She is ready to sass. She knows about your car's extended warranty. But, oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I got 2 brand new colors that I have not encountered before. What a great hunt. What an amazing hunt. I'm going to go ahead and save her too. And maybe pair them up in my trophy lodge. I know that new bear mounts have come out for the multi-mount. And I would love to be able, as I dance a jig, to utilize one of that for them both possibly. But that's awesome. I am so thankful that I checked the fur variation before I just dismissed it as another spirit bear. Hi, friends. And that's cool. That is very cool. Alright, so on to the next outpost. It's not too far away, but I'm going to drop off here and I will come back if something else that's really interesting happens. Alright folks, so I did manage to make it to the next outpost without much incident, and I figured a better approach to creating these videos might be to just end the filming at the outposts when I reach them. That way I'm not creating like multi-hour long content and it's easier for editing purposes. So I went ahead and bounced over to my lodge to set my bears up. This is Spring Creek 3. And as you can see, my 2 spirit bears are still in a place of prominence. Looking at them now, I can definitely see where I assumed that the male brown bear that I hunted was a spirit bear. However, they are definitely a little bit lighter and have a little bit more of a white shimmer. Plus, they've got those white eyebrows going on. Whereas the gray one is definitely more uniform. So I went ahead and set them up in this back hallway. Now, I looked through the multi-mount and I may have missed it, but I didn't see anything for brown bear. I saw black bear, I saw grizzly, but I didn't see anything for brown bear. And I could have just missed it, but this is how I've got them set up right now in a face-off. But that's awesome. You can definitely tell that the male is bigger than the female. Like, he stands a little bit taller, but she's nonetheless impressive. Take a look at that beautiful coat. In fact, let's light her up and just kind of take a look at the detail. Again, I'm blown away, and I'm going to say it at least until it all settles in. Just blown away by the reworks on the animals. And then we'll do the same over here with our gray brown bear. I love him so much. He does look like a FNAF character, though. I think out of the 2 of them, the gray is my favorite, just because I love that beautiful uniform gray color. The cinnamon is not bad. Back before the Reventuli update, I used to get a lot of these on Layton Lake, so Very much a treat to find one again and see it more presentable in a realistic sort of way. But that's going to conclude this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this exciting adventure today. If you like what you're hearing, please consider dropping me a subscribe and a like below. You can also ring the bell and get updates when I upload new content. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Bye!